Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about mistakes to avoid in the second phase of Portuguese university applications. So we all know that the first phase is over and many people have applied, and also on the group, like many people applied to University of Porto. We saw so many applications to the Algarves, and some people applied to other schools, especially Nova IMS. So some people got admissions, some people did not, and that does not mean that they will not get. It just means that maybe it's not their time. So in this video, I'm going to highlight some of the mistakes that you should avoid in the next phase of application. So we are all looking forward to that application, and we're hoping that everybody, they can't take everybody, but you can have better chance at applications. So first, not researching available sports. So like you've seen it in the first phase, or even if you didn't get into the first phase, you're trying to apply for the second phase, you should check how many sports are available, because some courses might already be full after the first phase. So you don't know that. So check if your preferred programs still have open slots. And how do you know? You check so you're going to check when you look at the program descriptions. If you scroll down, you will always see how many slots is left, or how many slots they're willing to take for the second phase. So usually it's around that place where they post deadlines. So if you go there, you can check how many slots is left for that program. So maybe you can move to another place with another, like a lot of slots. Some people maybe just 10, and while some other schools still have like 30 for the second phase. So you need to check that first. Also, please do not ignore grade requirements. So the cutoff scores might change, so don't assume that you get in because the course was available in the first phase. So their what is it called? Their cutoff scores might have changed. For example, University of was it Algarve? University of Algarve, they had like 85%. So they're looking for 85 percentage in your overall grade CGPA. That was what they used in the first phase. So we don't know if the second phase is going to change. So you always need to check if it's still the same, the grade requirement is still the same. Now, applying to the same rejected course. I know we talked about this on the group with some people. It might not be the best option. Maybe you should look for something else. The reason why I say this is because, okay, so when you look at for example, they told you that you need to work on having like enough training for like adding more training options to your application, and you already sent in a CV that was not okay for the first application. Now you're rearranging your CV again. Like, does that not seem like a lie? So I want you to check again. If you didn't get in the first phase, reconsider whether your grades match the new cutoff score. Please check that. What is my grade when I change it to the Portuguese grading scale? Does it match? Have I even checked? Did I review it in the first phase? Number 4 is failing to update your choices. For example, use the second phase strategically by selecting courses with better chances, okay, instead of repeating first phase mistakes. For example, some people want to move from one field to the other, and when they look at their CV, when they look at your experiences, when they look at your grades, the courses you've taken in the past, or even the ranking of the university, the previous university you attended, is not matching with what they want. I think that you should update your choices. Maybe find a course that is similar. Look at those schools, find courses that are similar in a new department, and probably apply to that department. Number 5, missing the deadline. So I think this happened to somebody. They were trying to apply for the first phase, and it was like a day to the end of the first phase. So they did not obviously submit that application, but the next 3 days, like on Monday, they already seen a rejected letter on that one, that because they didn't pay the application fee. Because if you apply on the last day and your application fee does not go through, you will lose the admission possibly. So I want you to give it time. Don't make it close to the deadline. So the second phase has a short window. So for some schools, look at that. Be mindful of your submission dates and required documents. So please look at it attentively. Now, another thing you should focus on is overlooking alternative universities. Yes, you've applied to the Ivy Leagues. Yes, you've looked at all these. Have you looked at other schools like polytechnicals? Have you looked at other interior schools like other in other smaller towns? Have you looked at all of those choices? If your dream university is full, explore other institutions. If Porto is full, explore. If IMS is full, explore other options, because I know top on the list is University of Porto and Nova IMS. So please know that so many people are gunning for those schools also. So you also need to, look at alternative universities if you can. Number 7, not checking special requirements. So for some courses, they may have extra conditions. For example, entrance exams. Some people will have portfolios or even interviews. Please confirm this before applying. Some people would have portfolios, some people will not. And I think that it is important for us to see, especially for the engineering courses. This is something I will have to tell them in the group also, that if you are in engineering courses, sometimes I see that some people's application is having portfolio. So I'm going to check that also in the group. I'm going to check if your application has portfolio. I want to tell them to add portfolios to it. Maybe I will have to show them how to build portfolios for those kind of courses, but you should know how to build a portfolio by now. I mean, it's not easy. And the other one, and the last one I have, is that ignoring appeal process. So if you think there was a mistake in your first phase of rejection, check if you can appeal before applying. I don't know if they have it. I just wanted to add this to it. If you can apply, or some people have conditional places. They were given conditional places, admission. Please do check if maybe you can go in for that conditional space, or you should go for another course entirely. So I want you to check all of this. I want you to read your motivation letter. Please read it. Try to convince the admission committee. For example, you submitted a CV. I believe that your motivation letter should be what is convincing them to take you. So it's like the speech that should convince them, right? So also don't ignore professional training, added trainings that you've had in a particular field. For example, if you were in the arts and you are moving into like management and you've worked in banking sector for like 7 years, add those ones. All the training that you did in the office, all those banking training, add it to your applications. Don't ignore those. They might see it and also be able to pick you. And some people have said that, can people with HND apply? Yes. I've seen people with HND that got into Nova IMS. So please, you can apply if you have HND. Your distinction is first class. So don't be ashamed of your work. When you convert to the Portuguese grade and it's like 18/20, you are blazing hot. So please put in your choice. And I believe that you guys even do more practical work than people in the unis. So please put in your applications if you can afford it. And please remember to subscribe. If you have questions, please leave a message. And also, if you want to be added to the group, I didn't open the group because a lot of people were adding other people that were not interested and are not having conversations in the group. So that's why I closed the group. So if you're still interested in the group and you know you will be asking questions, because we will start sieving people out, because that's it. We don't want people to just swallow everything and not contribute, because in the group, people are really helping others. So if you know that you really need to ask questions in public, because some people don't want to share their stuff, don't come into the group if you don't want to share your stuff, because it's a sharing group. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please, if you've watched to the end now, you've probably watched the end. So please make sure that you can always send me a message on my Instagram. If I don't see it, maybe I will see it after 7 days. maybe that's because I might not have gone to Instagram or check my messages, but I will definitely see your message one day. It won't be long. And if you need enough attention, I'm going to invite you to the group so you can ask your questions. Okay, so have a wonderful time. Thank you for always watching, and we are growing. We are almost at 1,000, right? Unbelievable that this started in November. So please subscribe to my channel and have a wonderful new phase of admission.